Today I have not one, not two, but 3 different cards to show you. And this is all coming from the same set of materials. So I have one card, it says Party Animal, very fun and festive. There's the inside of that one. Second card, I'm Nuts About You, very fun heart swing card. And third card, Jingle Bell Rock, empty on the inside for your greeting. So if you're interested in seeing how to make each of these cards, please stay tuned. Today I have quite a large grouping of products. First of all, we've got 3 brand new sets of Dazzles. These are the Jingle Bell Rock Dazzles. And they've got some fun 50s memorabilia with mixed in with some Christmas themed stickers. Then we have Party Animals and very cute hippo, lion, turtle with birthday and celebration themed images. Then we also have the Nuts About Squirrels Dazzles, and very cute little squirrels in there. And it also says, I'm Nuts About You. And for the rest of it, we've got 540 red Jewel Dazzles. So these come in 3 different sizes, very handy. I'm also going to use the Heart Swing die-cut card set. So this, I'm just going to show you one of them. It looks like this. There are some score lines and some die-cut lines, as you can see here. And it comes flat like this, and you'll make a card like that. Another one is the Center Step, and this again comes with 5 cards and envelopes. I'm just showing you one of the cards, and the envelopes just are the correct size for these cards. Comes already pre-scored and die-cut, ready to assemble and decorate. Finally, the Picnic Paper Pack, and this contains 12 sheets of paper, and they are single-sided. This is before Hot Off the Press started producing double-sided paper packs, and so you'll notice that the back is white. But the front has all sorts of cute designs on them. We've got some strawberries. This is sort of that western handkerchief type design. Really petite flowers. A fun stripe with some stitching in between each stripe. A tiny green floral. A yellow dot. Those are the 6 designs, and you'll be getting 2 of each in the bundle. So let's get started on the projects. I think this hippo is super adorable, so I'm going to back her with some really cute floral paper. So the first thing I do is peel her off of the backing sheet. I'm going to turn this paper over to the reverse side. I have her sticky side up, so she's kind of sticking to my thumb here. And I'm going to place her, just set it down here on my paper, and take a pencil and carefully trace around. Try not to move the sticker too much. And I'm just trying to trace around the outer edges here, so I can know kind of where to cut. And I do want to trace the mouth as well. If you want to do a different pattern paper for different areas, you want to trace those areas as well so that you can cut them out of your main paper. So I'm tracing around the eyes because I want to cut the eyes out and the hat. And it's kind of hard to see right now, but do the ears too. Just kind of roughly tracing. Okay, so there's my shape. And I'll want to cut out the hat, so I'm going to sketch a line that's a little bit larger than what I traced, so that when I cut it out, it will have room for the hat. So I'm sorry if this is all confusing. It's hard to kind of explain it. That's why I have the video on. So I'm going to do the same thing for the ears. And sometimes doesn't work out perfectly, but that's okay. You can always patch it up. And the eyes like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do circle around the eyes. And the mouth right here. And just doing a line that's just outside of the line I traced. So those that I retraced are going to be cut. And I'll do the same thing on the outer line. Okay, now to test it, I can take the sticker and see if anything's going to show here. Looks pretty good. And again, I can always fix it once it's all cut out. So now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, if I can find it. There we go. So I'm going to cut on those lines that I just drew. So first I'm starting with the hat, cutting the hat out because I want to have a different hat design than the rest of the body. And same with all these little shapes that I traced here. So this is the most, I guess, detailed way of filling in your dazzles. If you're one of those quick and dirty crafters, you can just slap the dazzle on a piece of paper, maybe color it in with some markers and call it good. But those of us who like to spend lots of time on things will maybe do this technique. So see how I've got this perfect shape. So what I'm going to do is, this is sticky side up again, my dazzles, so sometimes I like to stab this with my knife and place it carefully on my dazzle. Okay, so I've got one area covered. How cute is that? Well, it'll be cuter when it's done. So now I'm going to cover the rest of the little areas of the hippo. Alright, so here are a few of the pieces that I have paper pieced. We've got, of course, the hippo, and just showing you how the backs look. So that's the turtle, and that's the lion, and I also have a little present with a little ladybug on the side. And oops, these cupcakes are sticking down. There's cupcake number 1 and cupcake number 2. So as you can see, not everything is covered with paper, just the parts that are evacuated so that I can fill them in with paper. So now I'm going to move on to, I'm going to use the center step card. So the card comes like this, and it's got some score lines and some cut lines. So with the card like this, you're going to start at these 2 score lines at the top and make mountain folds out of them. And again, a mountain fold with this long one. The next 2 score lines down will be valley folds, and the last 2 will be mountain folds. So once you've folded all those lines, you'll have your center step card. It's as simple as that. Now I'm going to cover my card with paper, and on the package insert there are templates for you to cut out, trace on your pattern paper, and then glue those shapes onto these panels. Or you could set this on the back of your pattern paper and actually trace around the front and then cut it out so that it'll fit exactly on your card front. And then for these two rectangles or strips on the sides, you can also cover those by measuring the length and width of these rectangles and cutting out corresponding shapes. So really it's up to you. The templates that are provided do provide a narrow white border along the edge of each of the card panels. So keep that in mind if you want that border or not. So I'm going to go ahead and cover my card with some patterned paper and get to putting this card together. Alright, now I'm using this Easy Circles template that has a bunch of different sizes of circles to cut out a circle from this yellow floral paper. So I'm going to take it to the back of the paper and go ahead and do the 3-inch circle. So let's see, I've got my pencil. So it's the second smallest circle, and I'm just tracing all of the lines here. And then what you can do is rotate the template so that you can get the dotted portion lined up. There we go. Because the template is divided into quadrants, so we've got some dashed lines, some solid lines, and some dotted lines. Okay. So now I have my 3-inch circle, and I can close up those gaps and cut it out. There we go. Okay, now I want to cover just a portion of the circle with some striped paper. So I'm going to cut right here and right here. I'm just going to glue this onto the circle. And turn it over and trim off the excess. There we go. And now I'm going to see how the hippo looks. Looks pretty cute sitting right there. Okay, so I've gone ahead and matted this on white paper with about a 16-inch border around, and then I also made this dot circle, a 4-inch circle, and matted that on white cardstock. I've also matted the hippo on white cardstock. So I'm going to place some foam tape on the hippo here, and I'm gonna foam tape him to this other circle right about there, and then I'm going to glue this circle to the larger circle, but I'm not going to center it. I'm going to make sure it's off to one side. There we go. Probably should have glued this circle first, but oh well. Let's see, I want to circle about there, and then... So now I've simply covered my card with that yellow floral paper, and then I've done the red handkerchief pattern on either side. So I've got my hippo circle here, and I want to glue this down right about here. Alright, now I've put Party Animal just on white cardstock and cut it into a little V here at the end. Matted it on this red handkerchief paper and placed some foam tape on the back, and that's just going to be foam taped right about here. There we go. So I've got my greeting done. Now I've just added this star border, and these are actually two pieces. I've trimmed it just to end right at the circle. So if you do something like you want something to go behind a shape, you can just do that. Put it in two pieces. This one's about 1 inch long and this one's probably about 3 inches long. So it's kind of looks like it's going under the circle, but it's really just trimmed to look like that. So it saves part of your border, but it also gives you more options if you think of things that you think, oh, I should have put that on first. Well, you can just trim it to look like it was going underneath that shape. So now I'm going to add a few more star dazzles and some of my red jewel dazzles to finish up this card, and I'll also show you the inside. So here's my finished Party Animal card. So I've added some stars here and here, and I've also added some red jewel dazzles, the medium ones, inside the stars. Pretty predictable down here. I just added those jewels inside the empty stars. So on the inside, I've added about 1 inch wide strip of that blue and yellow dot paper. Here are my two party animals here on the inside. My two cupcakes I decided to put on these panels of the card just for a fun little effect of them kind of standing up when you open the card. A couple more stars with jewel dazzles. Here are more jewel dazzles to fill in some of the spots of the tortoise or the turtle, whichever you prefer. And there's my little present with the ladybug crawling up the side. And there's my card inside, and there's still plenty of room here to add your own greeting, and I like that it's not too busy of a space, that I've left some white here. So that's the finished card. Here's the blank heart swing card, and the score lines are going down this way. Actually, they're short, so they're short at the bottom and at the top, and then I've got these cut lines that are a heart. So the first one I'm going to mountain fold, and the second one I'm going to valley fold. And then when I close my card up, here's the closed version and here's the open version. So your heart will do this swing motion, and that's why it's called the heart swing card. And you'll want to notice that this heart is smaller, and then when it's fully open it becomes this larger heart, so you've got a larger space here to work with than the one that appears on the front. And you'll see that's because of this hidden part of the heart right there. So it's a fun little motion card, and now let's get started decorating it. So I'm using the Nuts About Squirrels dazzles, and I've peeled off that little guy. So I placed them sticky side up on my work surface, and that's because sometimes when you're placing these dazzles that have long thin lines, it's really easy for the lines to get kind of jumbled when you set it down, so there's some wrinkles and you have to readjust it, and it's just really frustrating. So what I do is place this detailed dazzle sticky side up, and he's nice and flat just like he's supposed to be, and then I take my cardstock, kind of bend it a little in the middle, and then place that middle part down, then place the rest down, and when you turn it over, your dazzle will be perfectly flat. Now don't forget this little eyeball, because he comes separately. Or the eye, put that right there. And now I'm ready to color this squirrel however I want to. Now I've also placed this cute little heart squirrel on white cardstock, and I'm going to start coloring them in. Now I'm using the Browns Spectrum Noir pen set, and I'm using GB8 and GB10. And if you've regularly watched my videos, you know that I will start with the darkest color first and end with the lighter color. So I'm going to do the main body, and I want to create kind of an outline with the darker color. Alright, then I'm coming in immediately afterwards with GB8. I'm coloring over the dark and then into the places that I haven't colored yet. And that creates a nice blending technique, if you'll see there. once I color over the dark parts, then it starts blending. And you can see how the shading really makes it come to life. Alright, I finished my 2 squirrels, and this one is the GB8 and the GB10. The red heart is from the red set. It's DR7 for the dark red and CR11 for the light red. Then over here I've got the darker squirrel, and that's again the brown set. For the dark color I have EB8, which is the darkest brown in the set, and then I have TN8 for the rest of the brown. So I've got a lighter golden squirrel and a dark brown squirrel. And I've also cut them out so they are ready to go. So here's my heart swing card covered with paper. First I covered everything with the green pattern paper, including this center piece right here. And then I took some of the striped paper and glued it along the bottom. And you have to trim each panel. So this striped paper is about 2 3/8 inch wide, but you have to trim each one to fit the panel that they're going on. And then for the heart, I used the red handkerchief pattern paper, and on the inside the blue floral paper. So now my heart is 2 different colors. It's kind of fun if you do this really fast. They kind of blend together. And I also have my squirrels, and I'm also going to add some more dazzles to my card, but I like how my squirrels are kind of meeting in the middle. So I'll probably end up foam taping those on. But meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and finish the card with some more Nuts About Squirrels dazzles, and maybe add a few of the red jewel dazzles, and then I'll be right back. Now I just wanted to show you one thing. I've placed some of these dazzles directly onto the pattern paper on this card, and I colored it directly on that paper. So instead of having to put this on white cardstock, color it in, cut it out, and glue it on. If your background is a semi-light color that won't be too busy if you color it in, you can simply color it in with this Spectrum Noir pen. So I'm using TN7 and colored right in. Took about 1 second, so it's super easy. And here is my finished card. So I've got a few of these nuts around the heart here, the acorns, and then I've got the squirrels themselves, super cute. And then open it up. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you these little jewel dazzles. So I pretty much lined this white strip, I'm Nuts About You, with the red small jewel dazzles, and then on the inside I've created this vertical line alternating the small and the medium jewel dazzles. And then this dazzle here was placed on white cardstock and colored in with the browns and the reds of the Spectrum Noir pens. All those, by the way, are available on paperwishes.com. So you just look up Spectrum Noir, that's SPECTRUMNOIR. So now my card is complete, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I really love doing this, as you can see, and anyone who gets it will probably feel the same way. So this third card I'm going to go ahead and just explain to you. So I used the center step card, die-cut card, as you can see, and along the bottom and the top I've just put that red handkerchief pattern paper. On either side I backed with the yellow floral paper, and these 2 pieces are actually 2 halves of the jukebox dazzle. Oh, by the way, the Jingle Bell Rock dazzles are what's being used here on this card. So this is the jukebox hole, and I just cut it in half. I backed it on that striped paper from the picnic paper pack, and then over here I added 3 of the large red jewel dazzles. And then let's take a closer look at the other dazzles. So on that red paper I've actually placed some red jewel dazzles, as you can see there, just on the center parts of the design. And then on these diamond Jingle Bell Rock dazzles, the diamond shapes here, I've also placed a small red jewel dazzle on each of those. The Cadillac car is backed with the blue floral paper and blue plaid paper and the green for the tree. Oh, and I just forgot one thing. I'm going to add red jewel dazzles for the wheels. Just one there and one there. So I've got some bling going on. And you could probably add some lights on the front and back if you wanted. But I've also done the red jewel dazzles on the bottom here. And I'm going to call it good with just the front of the card. And that is the end of my third card. I wanted to give you 3 completely different looks using the same set of products. So I hope it was successful. It was a fun challenge for me. So this is the third card. It's from the Jingle Bell Rock Dazzles. The second card was a vertical one from the Nuts About Squirrels Dazzles. And the first card was another center step card from the Party Animals Dazzles. So thank you so much for joining me this week for not 1, not 2, but 3 cards, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for this week's bundle. It's got a lot of great stuff. Thanks for watching. First in the bundle is the Picnic Paper Pack. Now this comes with 12 matching papers. They are single-sided, so the front is a print, a pattern, and the back is white. And as always, from hot off the press, we give you project ideas on the packaging. Here on the back is a full 2-page spread, as well as a card front and inside. And then just an image of each of those sheets. We'll take a look at those now. Really, really cute. This is one of my favorite prints. It's a very dainty floral and strawberry print with a nice soft yellow background. And there is some kind of lace looking texture in the background, so it's really cute. Then we have a red circle design that sort of looks like one of those red handkerchiefs commonly found at old-fashioned picnics. Then we also have a tiny floral design with a light blue background. And in matching colors, an all-over stripe. And these stripes are really neat. It's almost like a quilt because there's some zigzag stitching going on in between each of the stripes. And they, of course, match all the papers in the set. A tiny green floral paper, and a yellow dot on top of some, it looks like a denim blue. So those are the 6 papers in this Picnic Paper Pack, and of course you'll be getting 2 of each of those papers if you buy the bundle. So next we have the Center Step Die-cut blank card set, and this comes with 5 cards and 5 matching envelopes. I just have one of the cards to show you here, but it has pre-scored lines, as you can see here, to make it really easy for you to simply fold this up and decorate it as shown in this picture. And on the back of this insert, you'll see patterns that you can photocopy this or scan it and print it and cut out these patterns so that you'll have enough patterns to cover your card. And once again, there's 5 cards and envelopes included in that pack. Then of course the Heart Swing card, same thing, 5 cards and 5 envelopes, and there are the patterns on the back. And some of these patterns do overlap, and that's why I suggested scanning in and printing them out so that you can cut them out separately instead of having to use one shape twice, overlapping. Then we have the red jewel dazzles, 540 to a sheet. Always a good deal, and red is a really nice common color, so always good to have some extra on hand. Finally, we have our brand new dazzles. This is the Nuts About Squirrels Dazzles, and you'll see that card idea on the front. Here are all the images, and we have a nice long border. So we've got 3 main squirrels on here, and I'm Nuts About You, with some hearts and mushrooms and leaves and some other foresty images as well. Here's the back of the package, in which we show you how to use some of the innies, so get twice the fun out of one sheet of Dazzles. Next is the Party Animals Dazzles, and I really love this card. It really showcases what you can do with them. And here are the images on the stickers themselves. Hippo, got cake, we got the lion on the cupcake, very cute. Party animal, and a very cute turtle with balloons, love that. And then this star border is really cute as well. Here on the back, the same thing as before, showing you how to use the innies. And finally we have the Jingle Bell Rock Dazzles, and this has got that 50s vibe with some music notes in the jukebox. Here are the images themselves. We've got Jingle Bell Rock up here. The jukebox, this is a milkshake, looks like, and Santa's treats in that old-fashioned style. And then we've got a record and looks like a Cadillac, an old car here with a Christmas tree up top, so that's fun. And then this fun diamond and circle border as well on the back, showing you what you can do to fill in some of the blank areas of the Dazzles and using the innies themselves. Alright, so thank you so much for sticking through it all. We've got a ton of fun stuff in this bundle, so I hope you decide to take advantage of this set. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great week.